Courtney. I'm coming to you from the beautiful, Stampin Up demonstrator, coming to you from the beautiful central coast of New South Wales in Australia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're all having a fabulous week. I'm here to do my regular Thursday afternoon video with you. Now this week, instead of bringing you something new, I've bought something of one. I brought back one of my favorites, and there's a couple of techniques that I want to share with you. Now Stampin' Up put a challenge out each week, and this week one of the challenges was are you a bold person or be bold? So they've picked some colors which you will see here on my table. Oh, I've got them covered up. You will see here on my table, we've got the beautiful Strawberry Slush, Cajun Craze. You can see them up this way, up here in the corner. Cajun Craze, Old Olive, Daffodil Delight, and Timid Tiger. Now, there's a couple of my favorite. Old Olive's one of my dear favorites in there. And it's such a nice color combo. Now, I have teamed them up with Silly Safari because I was having a look at the Stampin' Up website, and there is a really cute giraffe image card on there. Now I'll just pull this over. You'll notice that the giraffe doesn't have the longest of necks, but on the card that they're showing you in this online store, you will actually see that that giraffe has a mighty long leg. So I thought I might show you how we extend that. I brought over some of our Stampin' Blends to go with it, and I do have the punch here as well. So there is quite a bit of inspiration. I just thought it was a really cute set. As you can tell by the fact that there's not a lot of staining on this stamp set, it hasn't seen as much love as what it deserves. So grab your cuppa and join me. All righty. Let's go. So we've got a giraffe, we've got our zebra, a rhinoceros, a monkey, and I'm looking at that guy thinking it might be a cheetah or a leopard. So tell me what you think. Is he a cheetah or a leopard, this little guy here? I guess it would depend on what color you stamp him as well. So yeah, but these are our colors. These two are from our in color range. These are some of our regular colors. Now what I did bring over with me was some gems. I decided I was going to use a Cajun Craze. Let's just go straight for the nice bold color. Cajun Craze card base. I don't use it very often. Actually, I really don't use it very often, but it is such a fabulous color. I'll just put these all to the side. There is, you will notice in the online store, there is, oh, fuzzy. You will notice in the online store, there is the ribbons from that in color family, which the one, it's the 2025 to 27 family. So Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling. Oh my gosh, who else is in there? My favorite, nice dark blue. Oh boy, that's a worry. Secret Sea and Cloud Cover. There they all are. Yeah, so whoopsie, bit of a memory lapse there. So they're all hanging out together. They have got some really cool ribbon. And oh yeah, here it is, the Timid Tiger one. It's like it's really, I don't know how easy it is to see on there. You can see it's got like quite a nice texture to it. It ties really nice bows, and there, those rolls of ribbon, they've got over 9 meters on each, perfect for sharing, but they are reduced to $7 a roll at the moment. So that's less than $1 a meter in Australia. So that's pretty good if you ask me. Now I've brought over some Old Olive to go with it. The Old Olive is going to be my base, and I do have some basic white to pop on top. A little bit for a sentiment and an inner. Now I did bring over some Timid Tiger because I just hadn't decided. It's quite a fun, and it's a very easy card to make. Depending on what color you want to introduce, depends on which color circle you have. Nothing's stopping you from stealing. Finally found me. I sent her the link, guys. All right. Nothing's stopping you from punching out from here because nobody's going to know. Okay. So you can steal from underneath there if you decide that you want to bring your old olive to the top. Okay. And as you can see, even though we're fuzzy, you can't see that I've stolen from there because it's such a dominant color at the back. You can't see. Okay, just saying. All right, so this is going to be a fairly, it's actually a really quick, a really easy, and a really fun card to make. And the link didn't work. Okay. My auntie has been watching me for years, but the last couple of weeks she's been struggling to find me. So these are our 2 leaves on here. This is our giraffe, and I did bring over the block. That was block H. If you've got E, it'll work as well. So we need our giraffe because he's such a cutie patootie. Pop him onto, because of what we want to do with him, pop him onto your glass mat and put him on your block. And you know what? I actually don't think he's going to fit on there. Let me have a sticky. He doesn't. Look, his nose sticks off. He does need a block E. Please let me have a block E here on the bench. Oh my gosh, I took them all over to the table. Oh, that's okay. I've got one that you can't get anymore. This one here was an I. I'm going to use it. But if you need this guy, you need a block E. Okay. And if you ever see an I in the secondhand shop, grab one. Now you will notice we've got some rounded sentiments so that they can go around the punched holes. I love it. Happy birthday, you party animal. I brought over a little strip. When I cut my inside and my front piece, I end up with this little strip at the end. So I'm just going to see which one fits on there. A big thank you fits on there, but I don't want to use that. I'm going to use happy birthday, you party animal. I don't know who's going to get it, but that's all right. It's a bit of fun. Happy birthday, you party animal. I might actually put that on there. And see this little one here? It's like texture. So we're going to use that. And the same as there's this little one here. All right, I probably should show you on here. These 2 here are extra added texture, and they just make it a little bit more fun. So they're super proud of Hakuna Matata. Means no worries. Yeah, you're all going to start singing it now. Hakuna Matata. Yeah, means no worries for the rest of your days. Blah blah blah. Okay. It's your day, time to go wild. Okay, so we've got that. So we'll just pop that guy aside. I will give these a bit of a wipe over because they haven't been used before. This is just the chamois that comes with the glass mat. It's a really nice chamois. I mean, our purple one's really lovely as well, but the purple one doesn't come with the glass mat. You have to buy it separate. Okay, I'm just giving them all a bit of a rough up. Okay. All right, so I've stolen from there. We're going to start with let's start with our giraffe, because once we've got our giraffe placement, we can, because if we want him right up here in the trees, like that's on the sample card. So if you pop over to the Stampin' Up website, there is a link down below in the description. If you pop over to the Stampin' Up website, there is actually a similar card to what I'm doing. Inspirations from there as part of the creative challenge. It shows you a really long neck giraffe. Now this guy doesn't have a long enough neck, so I'm going to show you how to mask him off. Okay, hopefully I can do it right, but we'll see how we go. All right, so you can, I'm going to colour him with our Stampin' blends. So I'm going to colour, I need him to be stamped in some, what's it called? In a water-based ink, because I'm going to be using acrylic. So I'm going to stamp him in our Cajun Craze, because that's the colour I've chosen to. If you want to stamp him in Versamark, got it sitting on my brain, it's just there in front of me. If you want to stamp him in Memento, go right ahead, because then you're colouring in a black critter with the lines. That looks really cute too. But for today's purpose, although he's going to end up with a nice tanned line, a tanned eye, although I don't, actually I know what I've got. And I do have him going in that direction. It's just the way that I like to stamp, because I like it when my lines go this way. I just find it easier for my brain to make things right. Now, you will need some Post-it notes. Doesn't matter which Post-it notes. These are safe working, rail safe ones. Now, I don't know where I got those from. All right. What I want to do is I need to join up here. Okay. So I am going to be doing something of this nature and joining them up. So you need to essentially find a spot which, just at the bottom of his neck, there is the opportunity there for you to be able to do what I'm about to do now. You can't really turn him over, because then the little ruffle along the back will end up, like, you can't have him that way, because then his I wouldn't call it a mane. What would you call it? The little hair on the back of his neck would be in the wrong spot. So yeah, he's a bit of a worry. Okay, so there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can use your Post-it note. You can stick it along here, just so those lines are joining up. And you can then stamp it, or you can stick it on straight onto your block where you don't want the ink to come from. Okay, which I find it heaps easier. Yeah, I'd call it a ruffle too long. Oh, actually, it's not going to stick. All right. So we'll just have to do it this way. High quality Post-it note I got here. And I can't see it. I really want to stick it on here. Okay, I still can't see it. I'm just going to have to believe that this guy's hit. Oh, I'm going to get a new Post-it note. That one's dodgy as now. Cover it up. Put the Post-it note on here. Post-it note's nice and thin. So what you'll, I can see through it. You guys can't, but I can. All right, so I can see where I'm going. All right. Hold my tongue in the right position and stamp him. And let's see if I've created some sort of magic here. Not bad, if I do say so myself. Okay. Hi, Maeve. She's come to check out how I've extended the length of the neck of the giraffe.
No, I actually came to warn you that I'm using the microwave, so
go away. All right, so now we've got a long neck giraffe, and we need to colour him in. Now, the hiding out here on my table, I'll put my Post-it notes away, is I've Cajun Craze, light and dark. I did bring over the yellow, which is the Daffodil Delight. And this time, for a change, I brought over my colour lifter. Now, the reason why I brought over the colour lifter, and yes, I know there's a little bit here where it's a bit dodgy, but that's okay. All right? Trust me, we're going to hide it. Right, trust me, they say. So we're going to do his dots in the Cajun Craze. It's up to you whether you use the bullet end or whether you use the brush tip. This one here is the dark, and they're not, what's the word for it? They're not all the one color. So just keep that in mind when you're coloring them in. that there is a variation in them, which means you could use other colors to go with it, but you don't want it all to be dark. See how I fixed that one? It did have a little bit of an edge around it that was missing. Right, and then we'll just bring in the light one. Now I might use the bullet tip end just so that I can color it a little bit. All right, and now his eye here is not black, but you know what, we're going to change that. All right, so just give him a bit of a color in. Find the colouring quite therapeutic at times. I love the noise it makes, and I also love the smell. And please tell me I'm not the only one that loves the smell of these markers. I don't sniff them deliberately, but just giving you the heads up, they do smell rather fabulous. That's a bit sad, isn't it? But hi, Dimity, how you going? I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to press go on Instagram. Hi, everybody in Instagram world. We're doing a colouring card today. That was a worry. I forgot to press live, so we're halfway through. All right. And yeah, sorry about that. That's the way it goes. Okay. So we're just sort of colouring in here, making his spots all a bit mottled, for want of a better way of putting it, because nothing in nature is perfect. Now, I do have, and I might need to stand up for it because the computer is hiding it. Oopsie. Oh, no, that's not it. Ooh, I thought I did have. Yep, here it is. I didn't put it back. These are our journaling markers from Stampin' Up. Okay. These things are fabulous. They're a really nice 0.4 fine tip pen. Look at the size of that thing. Isn't that glorious? Well, what I'm going to do over here, because I think that the giraffe needs to have a black eyeball. So I've just used my journaling pen to fix that. See? How cool is that? Oh. So with the rest of him, now if I remember correctly, oh no, these were this is the new one. My Daffodil Delights, I got new ones because they were really dodgy. All right. Might do some dark first. So have some dark across the top of his ears and on these guys here. I bought new ones because I'd had the other ones so long that they were not in the world's greatest condition. And just sort of give him a little bit of depth in areas where you think that there would be depth. Okay, so I'm just sort of going around him and adding a little bit of depth so that when I come in with the lighter one, he sort of blends in nicer. All right. Gosh, there's a great difference in those two. Dark Daffodil Delight, light Daffodil Delight. That's a huge difference, guys. Let's see what the other end's got to show. My gosh, that is really different, that color. You will be super impressed with how the depth of that color is. So I'm just going along. I know why, this one's almost dry. This is not the new one. All right. I had a whole heap to pick from, and I just picked which ones had the nicest end of the brushes. Didn't even think to check to make sure that it had a full tank of ink in it. But that's right. It's working and sounds good, smells good. I do like these markers. Right, do you know what would look really nice? We could add, I'm going to add a little bit of another colour in here. I know that the other colour was Timid Tiger, but how good would along his back, actually it probably needs to be more like the Cajun Craze. But see how now he's got a little bit of expression there because of that extra colour in his face? Like, it just makes a huge difference. This one here, oh no, this is Timid Tiger, that's what I wanted. I thought it was Golden Glow, because I reckon Golden Glow would make a really fabulous ruffle at the back of him. Oh, look, it does. Teamed up with some of the new in colours. You can just have a really good play, like have a bit of fun with it. Actually, that's such a nice colour. It'll work nice in here too. Just for a little bit of a variation as well. Colouring him in. Have a bit of fun with him. Essentially just making him look a bit mottled. Timid Tiger is really, really quite orange, but I think a little bit of that in there as well definitely won't hurt him. Where is my light Cajun Craze? And I am going to pull over. This here is the Golden Glow. I'm going to use it just to blend all of those two guys together. This one's the light one. How gorgeous is that little guy? Now, if you do want to make him a little bit, make it a little bit more pronounced, the back of him, you can use an espresso or a brown of some description. The bronze would look lovely. If you want to use this is the color lifter, just to change a little bit of the color on those, just to give him a bit more variation. You don't need to do much. I'll bring it up and I'll show you what it looks like as you get a bit closer. See how it actually pushes it to the bottom more, right? So they call it a color lifter, but I call it a color shover. And now he does have a little bit of a pink now. What a color. This one here is the other brand new. This one's like, you're going to barely see it. This one here is our Barely Blush. And I think you need the dark to put in his mouth, because it's just, you can only just see it. They call it Barely Blush, that's for sure. Okay. He's looking pretty smick, if you do ask, if I do say so myself. But look, tongue is black. That's right, they're blue. They're a bluey black colour on a giraffe. That is correct. All right. Oh, I've got hydrangea hue here. Yeah. No, I'm not colouring it black. I just don't. As much as I know, because I've seen one, it just won't look right. I know. It's bad. Okay. The leaves in our sample card are all stamped flat, and there's just a mottle of leaves all around, because he's got to reach up and grab them from the trees, and that's why his neck is so tall. Okay, this guy here is a solid one. Now, we don't always want them to be a solid color, so we can stamp off and stamp over the top. Okay, so stamping off will give us a different effect again. In this case, it looks like the tree is in the background that we're stamping off from. Okay, so, and we might come down and see that one there. I didn't stamp it off properly, but like, look at the effect that it gives. Isn't that pretty cool? All right, and we'll just put some over here. Oh, I did that bad. I'm going to hold my tongue right. Okay. Now, because we can, I did bring, oh, why did I shut that? I did bring this guy over. And I am going to do, I re-inked this, can you tell? It's really wet. Gotta love a good old olive that's really, really wet. And I am actually just going to, there's no punch for these, there's no die for these. So I am going to, on the table here, I have got my scissors to fussy cut them out. So you might see a card that inspires you. I don't know what's on that. Okay. Card that inspires you, and you think, that looks nice, but it's very flat. And that's what I thought. And I thought, well, there's a couple of ways to make this better, and that one of them is height, and one of them is texture. So I'm going to add some gems, and I'm going to add some ribbon as my texture, and I'm going to add a couple of layers. So using my dimensionals, okay, to add some extra height. I do like cards that actually have height on them. And the majority, I very rarely do, my ladies, my craft friends will tell you, I very rarely do a flat card. Sometimes it might only have one layer of dimensionals, and that's because I'm, because of the way I'm playing. But it just depends. It just depends on what you're doing. So, yeah. All right, and we'll go in this one. And look, these are relatively easy to cut out. My suggestion is that you move your scissors, don't move your scissors, move your paper, and just have the scissors opening and closing. I think if you've watched me before, you know that that's what I suggest. Okay. Now this little guy, this stamp set is bundled with our, I think it's 1 7/8. Don't ask me what centimeters that is, because I cannot tell you. I think it's greater than 3 centimeters. It's a circle punch. And that's because these guys all look great popping through the circle. If you would have just punched 3 holes in the front of your card, and then you could just have little faces sticking through. The circle, I'm a great big fan of making sure that I've got every circle punch, because they all go together quite nicely, and then they also team up quite beautifully with quite a few of our dies, especially the nested essentials that have got that really pretty stitch around them. Okay, this is a bundle, and I have not got it on my screen currently, but I believe it's around the $77 mark. When you do get things as a bundle, you do save 10%. Just keep that in mind if you're popping anything into your cart. If you decide that you want to join, you will save a further 20%. I am all for shopping with a discount. I'm quite happy. If you guys want to pay full price, knock yourself out. But yeah, if you can get something on a discount, I always suggest that that's the way we go. Alrighty. Let's add a little bit of texture there. Oh my God, he's cute. Okay. Anyway, so I did bring over some Timid Tiger. This guy is going to sit quite nicely on here. And where that little bit of a join was there, which means you can hide a little bit of a, I don't know, if there's a little bit of a furphy there, you can hide it. Which we will be doing. Okay. And I think we need some ribbon. So this ribbon is reduced. It is now, he could have a bow around his neck, couldn't he? Yeah, better late than never, sure. He's very cute. So I brought over some Timid Tiger, but I'm thinking I might hang out. I just might use the colour ribbon rather than using the cardstock, because I've got, I remember I cut these circles from under here. I was just going to put them there, but I'm thinking, because I like the design that they've used, right? I think I'll go around here and I'll put it so that he ends up with a bow on his neck, and yeah, we'll come around that way. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to, I don't know what you want to call it, upscale this card from what they've done on the Stampin' Up website to, we're going to add some fibre and we're going to add some layers. Okay. We're not going to add any embossing on this one, though you could on the circle, but I didn't bring the embossing machine or anything over with me because I wasn't planning on doing that. This ribbon cuts quite beautifully, and it will give you it will actually tie a really pretty bow. Now, the reason why, if this is the first time that you're watching me, because I do see that there's extra people online, this is how I frequently do my ribbons. The reason why I do them like this is because then I can actually dictate where my bow is going to go. All right, so I've adhered it at the back here just with some tear tape. And this way I can actually, oh, sorry, I want to come this way. This way I can actually dictate, because the bow will actually run along. Now, if it's for a boy and you don't want a bow, you can just put a knot. If you're not a big bow tying fan, you can just put a knot. It all depends on what your skills are. But bows are really not that difficult to do, okay? So they're essentially just like tying your shoelaces. Now that bow will run across there as if I wanted to shove it across, because it's not actually part of that ribbon that's underneath. To do it, just grab the whole bow and I can put it on that side of the piece of ribbon if that's what I want to do. So that's why I like to do it like this, okay? But we're going to put it over here because I want to put my circle, because I like the way that Stampin' Up's done this. It's aesthetically pleasing to the eye because of the way that they've done the sentiment. Now we are going to do that. This is going to come in here like so, as a little bit of extra texture. Okay. Yeah, coming good. And then this here is going to sit here. Right. So I'm going to put that sentiment around it. Now it's up to you whether you want, if you want it to just be a little bit there, then you can actually make it so it's your day, go wild. I just think it's fun. Let's do the other one first because we've got to make sure it fits, because we can put that on the inside if we want to. And I think that that's probably actually where it's going to land, because it's going to wait. We'll have to wait and see how it fits. So we've got this piece of cardstock to go across here, and we'll stamp our sentiment. Oh, don't mind the rubbish. Now, the Cajun Craze is and the green are really the dominant colors. Oh, I've got a fingerprint here. But so what you want to do is make sure that you're keeping your numbers, like your the amount of color in comparison to what you've got. Like, so I don't know how I want to say that. You work on like 60 30 10 or something like that, so that your numbers stay your it's not numbers there, it's the color, the amount of color you have in relationship to all the other stuff. So like in thirds. Happy birthday, you party animal. You're just so cute. I think it needs flagging. Now it's up to you which way you flag it, whether you flag it just like so, which is what I am doing, or whether you flag it with just the two little crosses. So what I've done there is I just used the bit I cut off as my example, as my piece. Now that means that sentiment there, it's your day go wild, is not going to work. All right. So let's put a bit of texture on here. Okay. And this piece you could emboss if you wanted to, or in our case, we're just going to do what they've done on the example in the catalog, in the shop front, and we're just going to add a little bit of our whites, our stripy bits. All right. They're just like they're almost like animal fur. We don't have to add it in the middle because our sentiment is going to be there, and it's such a little tiny stamp. You'll be here forever. This is not a stamp you want to stamp the back of your envelope with, let me tell you. Okay? But the back of the envelope can have some leaves on it, as can actually, while I've got it here, as can the rest of the envelope. So let's just put a couple of leaves on here. All right, and the inside is hiding here. Okay. And we're going to go with, this is what the inside's getting, that it's your day, you wild thing. It's your day, go wild. Which critter am I going to put on the inside? I'm going to put the monkey, just because I can. It's starting to get darker and darker, and I've only got one light turned on. Let's stick the little monkey in there. Because he's very cute. And I probably should have stuck him on first. And we'll colour him in as well. How cute is that? Oh my gosh. All right. Stop chinning around, Court. You're losing the light. Okay. Envelope's done. Inside, we need to colour. Let's make him, I know, oh, that's Timid Tiger. I don't want him orange, I don't think. No, I'm going to go with Golden Glow with the monkey. So let's add another colour. Dark Golden Glow. Oh my gosh, it's Perfect. How cute is he? Now that's the dark one. And yes, I've coloured the whole monkey that I'm going to colour. So when you use the light one, what you'll find is it does work a little bit like the colour lifter, and it will push some of that colour away. Okay, so it will make some bits a little bit lighter. Okay, just saying. So just be aware of that. He can have a little Cajun Craze mouth. Oh, disappeared. And again, with our Stampin' journaling pen, I'm just going to put some circles around these eyes because I don't think he needs brown Cajun Craze eyes. I think he needs black eyeballs because he's such a cutie patootie. All right, that's the inside of my card. So let's finish doing up the ink everywhere here. Oh, it's getting darker and darker. Okay, so there's my little piece that I am going to, let's do some gluing. Right, this guy needs to get glued on. It was a new one. You wouldn't believe it. There is actually 5 of these on the table. Oh, there's one that works. And I thought I had the one that works in my hand, but it's just a matter of finding the right one. So just popping that there like so. Okay, this one here is going on next. Make sure you put a little bit of glue on your ribbon because that'll hold it down. The tear and tape does the same, it does hold it down. However, it's not, it's not going to be a problem at the moment, but if it's a bit warm, the tear and tape will give a little, just saying. All right, you guys have got it nice and bright there, but it's starting to get quite dark here. Oh, he's so cute with his bow around his neck, isn't he? This guy's going on the inside. Okay. Been doing some scrapbook pages. I've got a scrapbooking class coming up. Not this weekend, the following weekend. And then we've got class at the end of the month. So I've been getting a bit prepared for that. Might need to use this stamp set. And on the table there is some dimensionals because I saw them and I thought, goody, they're there. Here they are. Alrighty. 1, 2. Where is number 3? There it is there. Okay. So we'll put some dimensionals onto our leaves. And yes, they do need 2 each. Okay, because we do want them to sit quite nicely there, nice and tall. My take your pick tool, the whole tool's on the table because I was scrapping with it last night. So I've got, this is just the stylus end. Need to get another one, I think. So we'll just pop that one up there. That one there. And I know that I had this one in a different spot, but because of where I've stuck my dimensionals, it's going to have to sit up there now. Not real keen on that. Let's just see if I can move it. I really want it to be a cluster here. I think that that looks a bit better, but oh, I don't know. Decisions. There we go. No, definitely not in Alaska, my friend. One day. All right. And this guy is going to be here with dimensionals as well. Now, you want to straddle the dimensionals on either side of your ribbon. The reason being is that they stick to ribbon, but they don't stick as well as they do to paper. So just straddle that ribbon. Okay. Need a few more team members, Dimity, if I want to go to Alaska. All right, the same. And there's my sentiment. And this one here, I'm actually just going to stick it on flat. Okay. You can put a dimensional under it. It's up to you, but I'm just going to stick it on flat. So I'm only going to put a little bit of glue in the middle because I don't want it to be sticky on either end. Okay, and let me just make sure he's nice and straight. And it wasn't. Okay. Now I brought over, and I don't have any of the white ones left. These are the shimmering dots. Oh, why is it all fuzzy again? Okay, these guys are the shimmering dots. And I just thought that the little green ones, I know they're not Old Olive, but I just thought that they were perfect for what I want to do. So I just thought that they would look really good in here, just in amongst these trees. And sometimes I don't use a lot of the bigger ones, but when I'm doing this sort of stuff, this one will lend itself to having some bigger dots on it. You can put some, see how I've got a little, I don't know if you can see it, there is actually a little mark down here. I might put, I'm going to use my snips. Look at that. I'll just put one there. And now I've got 4 on here, so I'll just grab another one and stick it up over there. Okay, they look like little berries in the tree now, and my giraffe can eat them all up. Okay, so we've got Cajun Craze, Daffodil Delight, and Old Olive, and a really cute giraffe with a monkey on the inside. All right. Well, on that note, we've got a punch and we've got a stamp set. They are a bundle. And on that note, I am going to head off. But if Silly Safari wasn't on your radar, it probably would be a good idea to put it on there. You know, your wish list can be as long as you like, and you can just keep adding stuff to it. Now, I'm sitting here in the dark, it looks like, and you can see the screen in my glasses, so I'll just take those off. It's been fabulous sharing this afternoon with you. I hope you've all had a lovely week, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. There's a variety of links in my description of this video. If you're on YouTube, please hit subscribe, and so that you get notified of whenever I go live. But it usually is on the Thursday afternoon, and I do not keep an exact time. I do like to say it's around 4 o'clock, but most of the time it's anywhere between 4 and 4:15. So I will see you next week between 4 and 4:15 here on either Facebook or YouTube and or Instagram, depending on what your choice of platform is. Look forward to it. Take care. Toodaloo. Hopefully I'll have the new because I wanted to do colouring in, and there is a brand new product of the month that's available, and it's colouring in, and I really wanted to have it here to show you, but next week it might be the deal. Okay, all right, it was good to see you all. I will catch up